Lauren had Slim Chickens for the first time today, and she actually said it was better than Cane's. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's get ready to podcast. And we are back.
We're back.
You look beautiful today.
Thank you.
And by today, I mean it's almost tomorrow. And you'll still look beautiful tomorrow.
I was going to say, so does tomorrow this stops or where are we at?
Once midnight strikes. No, you look stunning. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Just like you always do.
I feel kind of, large and in charge, but it's okay. It's okay.
You look great.
We're almost there, so.
Kind of. We have, 10 more weeks, 12 more weeks?
I never told them how far along we are, so now you guys know.
They can do the math. Add
We are
plus or minus one. I wanted to, usually we kind of shout out people at the end. I'm going to shout people out right at the top.
Hey.
Ann Young has been commenting so many times, and I like it.
We love it.
My challenge to Ann Young, 85. Actually, we have 85 subscribers. So,
Do we really?
Yeah.
We're killing it.
I didn't even plan it this way, but
85.
Ann Young, 85. We have 85 subscribers. Ann Young, I'm going to challenge you right now, today, tomorrow, the next day, the next week. Get us 1 or 2 more subscribers. Send our videos.
You putting her to work?
Yes. You are working for us now, a part-time employee.
I am so sorry.
Send our videos to 5 people and tell them to subscribe. And then comment, and we'll shout them out.
That's a really good idea.
Like a referral program.
Right. Just keep that pyramid going.
It's the refer and earn, but there's no earning, just referring.
I think eventually we'll do like a little giveaway.
Yeah.
A little something.
Yep. It's very hot. Maybe I'm just overdressed.
Maybe it's the sweater.
A little bit.
The
jacket is jacketing. Babe, take it away. I'm going to take a drink of this. Wow, look at that. The coaster is levitating. You see this?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
my cup's sweating. That's what's happening.
For those of you that are just listening, well, no, just whoever's looking and listening, I guess, we moved. Mm-hmm. So when you move into a place that is bigger than where you were, you need to fill it up and kind of go around, go to different places to fill kind of those little empty spaces. And today we drove over to, what was it?
Living Spaces.
Woo!
I'm going to just let you do the singing from now on.
I don't remember that place being that, dead. Or is it just Kansas City?
Yeah. The inside is Living Spaces, but the parking lot is Dead Spaces.
But I'm saying, no, not even the parking lot, even on the inside.
There's
no customers, nothing going on.
Yeah,
which is a bad thing, because then by the time you get in there, here comes the vultures.
Yep. So in my life, I've done lots of jobs, some commissioned, some non-commissioned, some partially commissioned. And something about Living Spaces, it cracked me up. So we walk in. Well, first off, when we drove in, it's a Sunday, and I was thinking maybe they're not even open. No, they are open.
No, they're open. Yeah,
they're open.
It was so dead. I was like, they're not open today. I was thinking, is it a holiday? Before we fully got into the driveway.
Right. the driveway of Living Spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got there. We get inside. Doors are opening. Places. The electricity bill there has to be outrageous because it was like a crisp 60 degrees. I don't know if you noticed that. And usually you're the cold one.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we were greeted right away by 18 different people. And the first thing out of their mouth is, "Hey, my name's Greg. I'm not commissioned. I just want to get that out there right out the, we're not commissioned." And then, the kid next to no, we're not commissioned. No.
It's like, are you sure?
So they really want you to know we're not commissioned here. But every step I took, there was another person. They had so much pressure to buy there. Everybody was swarming us because we were the only.
So I wonder why, if it's not commission, why do you even care?
Right.
the same person kept coming up and, so did you find everything okay?
Yeah, I'm sitting there
the
next to you.
past 2 times you've come.
I plop down on the couch. I'm talking to you. Next thing I look over, Greg is sitting next
He's
to me.
still there. Yeah.
Hey, did you find what you
and
need?
they stare from afar and you're just like,
But
so.
it's also funny too, because when we were finally at the brink of making a purchase, I couldn't find a soul.
Yes.
Did you notice that too?
I think we pushed them away so much that when you were ready,
They're like, you know what? They're not even, they don't need us. They're ordering online. So yeah, you went to the bathroom and I'm finally like,
yeah.
Hey, anybody home?
Still no customers in the store.
No.
That's what confused me. So I'm just like, same thing. How are they keeping this running? Nobody's purchasing anything.
Yeah.
Is there like a season of that? Maybe when kids go to college, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how that works. There's nobody in there.
I would think summertime would be a great time to buy furniture, because like you're probably moving is high in the summer, and then college and all that is coming up. But yeah, it was funny, to the point where I even at one point I was like, should I just scream like I need help? See, like, well, anyways, so we left there, and kind of glad we didn't, because we went over to Nebraska Furniture Mart.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a jingle.
No.
Nebraska Furniture Mart.
Because they know you're coming to get what they don't need.
Yeah.
They're like, you're coming.
With that kind of name though, I feel like their jingle, if they had one, would be like, come on down
out here.
But yeah, so we went to Nebraska Furniture Mart. Golly, that place is big.
I feel like that place is the size of a mall.
It's
like a mini mall.
Bigger than.
It's a mall.
Does that remind you the song on How I Met them? What? Let's go down to the mall or whatever.
That's a good song.
Yeah, I guess I've been there many, many times. I guess I'm still just amazed every time I'm there.
Yeah.
A lot more people there. Even we got there 26 minutes before they closed. That place was packed.
I thought they were going to be upset, but they were just kind of like,
no.
So.
Maybe they're commissioned, so they were glad we were there.
Are they commissioned?
I would imagine they probably are.
That's gotta be tough.
Yep. So we ended up getting a couch and a love seat, I guess is what it's called. And yeah, I went back to the lady that kind of first talked to us. She was like, "Oh, thank you so much for coming back to me." So I'm assuming they probably get something.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyways, hopefully it's better than the experience we had at Lowe's. Which
Lowe's needs to get it together.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Another thing that's, if you listen to our episode last week, we ordered some washers and dryers. They came, they saw, they did not conquer. We had to ship them back because it was just not everything that you could think of went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We were returning them to get a refund. Still haven't gotten that refund. But then also I get a call today that said,
serious?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna call them tomorrow. Sort that all
By
out.
now, it should have already been.
It probably should have. Well, anyways, I get a phone call today that says we're going to drop off a washer and dryer to your house tomorrow. But we already told them never come back.
When? Because now I'm going to be stuck dealing with that while you're at work.
I don't know. But at least this time you can just tell them, don't come in. We're good. We don't need anything. But yeah, so life's been going pretty well, but we're experiencing the woes and the lows of home improvement.
Home improvement's very challenging.
Yep.
Very, very challenging. I am happy I was able to kind of get that stain out of the ceiling.
Yes, the stain is gone.
Are you not proud of me?
I was actually very surprised and happy. No, not surprised in your ability, but I was surprised in sometimes YouTube videos. They can be pretty deceiving. They're like, how to, change out your carburetor in 3 easy steps. Mm-hmm. And they're like, all you need is a screwdriver and a staple. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't actually
I could tell from
way.
This video because it was very, with no paint, with no anything. And she showed the process. So I was like, okay.
Which also amazes me because when I go to other people's homes or especially like restaurants, you go to some ma and pa restaurant, every ceiling tile has the the most brown stain.
Mm-hmm. Nobody
So-
wants to climb up there and do all that.
Yeah, I guess. But from what you've showed me, like it seems relatively easy.
It's just at certain places you can't because the bleach.
Oh,
So if you have food coming to tables, you gotta wait for that smell to
Gotcha.
get out. There's bleach involved,
Mm-hmm.
which was scaring me.
Yeah.
My
but-
shirt was destroyed.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you should have wore one of my.
No, it was my fault.
Garage-
I wore a
my car
dark
shirts
colored
or something.
shirt.
Dang.
I wasn't thinking. Everything else was covered. I was fine. I was like, okay, I'm ready to go.
You're just sprinkled of.
Yeah.
It turns it white, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Thanks for sacrificing your shirt, your time.
And it was a, firefighter shirt from my
Aw.
brother. I know.
Dang.
Broke my little heart.
Well, we'll get you another one. As long as it wasn't the Disney firefighter one.
Oh, no. That I would have cried.
Well, speaking of favorite shirts, let's jump over to favorite TV shows.
Okay.
How'd you like that little segue?
That was great.
So we were discussing. Oh, actually, beep, 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 beep.
I thought we do 3.
Do we?
Beep,
Might have to-
beep, beep.
I thought it was always 4.
Mm-mm.
I'll have to go back and look the replays. Well, I did 4, you did 3. Before we do that, I have a little game, and it's about appliances. Because as I was going out and ordering a now second washer and dryer for the house, as Jerry was ringing me up, I'm just
Right.
kind of eyeballing all the refrigerators. And it amazes me how expensive things can be. And it also reminds me, there was a comedian, I think his name was Tim Hawkins. I think this was his bit. And he was just like, actually, it might have been Nate Bargatze, like way, way, way back then, where he was just joking around shopping for refrigerators. Like, this one will keep your food cold for $1,000. This one here will keep your food cold for $8,000. It's like,
They can get that high.
they can get that high. Yes.
$8,000. There's no way.
You would be shocked. Well, these ones aren't 8,000, but I'm going to show you 4 different
Okay.
refrigerators for our viewing audience out there. I'm going to throw it up on the screen here. So this is refrigerator number 1, and we're going to guess which ones are highest to lowest. So we got a 2-door, all stainless steel. Okay. How do you want to do this? Do you want me to just swipe through them all first, and then you kind of pick them?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a
What's that second drawer?
Yeah, maybe meats and maybe veggies go there. So we got an all stainless steel. This is GE, General Electric. I think that's General Electric. Now, switching over to fridge number 2, we have I think it's a whiteboard.
Oh, so that's not like a screen?
No, I think it's a whiteboard, maybe for those that are teachers or daycare, where you have lots of, you're drawing, maybe you're putting menus on there.
Okay.
Okay. Now this one here might be my favorite. This one is a dividing top portion with a glass see-through side. Now that would be great to be able to see without having to constantly.
No.
No? Okay. You gotta
I don't
open
want you
them
to
up.
see.
Oh, true. Yeah. Huh.
You
Didn't
better be
think about that.
really organized.
You better.
Because then
Yep.
it's just, oh, look at your filth.
Look at our,
I love that.
half.
So you still are eating those?
Yeah, we got 8 milk cartons in our fridge, all at different levels. This is the 4th one. This one has a touch. It's an entertainment touch screen where you can also watch your favorite TV shows, and you could just be I guess in the kitchen watching your fridge.
Okay.
Netflix. So, what are you thinking? Let's go most expensive down.
So I'm going to say most expensive is the touch screen.
That's touching. Yes.
And then go back over.
We have our halvesy glass stainless steel. We have our whiteboard.
Then I'm going to say
an all stainless steel with a second dividing freezer portion. I'm going to say it's a freezer portion.
Then that one.
Okay, number 2.
Yeah.
Now we have whiteboard and glass.
We'll do the glass and then whiteboard.
Okay. Coming in at $3,098, and that probably doesn't include shipping.
So I was right.
Is
that
our
one.
touch screen.
Yeah. Hey.
So for $3,000, you can now watch Netflix as you eat cereal in the morning.
That's just such a awkward place to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And why?
It's also a vertical screen, so I don't know how that would really function. Coming in at $2,598 is our divider with the glass see-through.
I was gonna pick that, but I was like, I thought people would think like me and not be so organized.
Oh yeah.
So
for $2,500, you can have your friends and family be able to see exactly what is in your fridge at all times.
Yeah, that's no.
Now, this is a close one, and I just realized now they were in order.
Are you kidding me? That's
the whiteboard
is
$1,998.
They're hustling everyone.
This one's kind of cool, but I don't know what kind of kitchen it would go in. The aesthetically, it's a very white.
Is it truly a whiteboard?
I think it is a whiteboard. Huh. And our stainless steel bad boy here, $1,699, which I thought that one was kind of cool. Looks nice.
Yeah.
I've heard stainless steel can kind of show a lot of fingerprints and such.
Yeah, they have like something you can wipe on it.
Okay. So you're not sneaking anything out of there with sticky fingers. So, well, anyways, bringing it back to our top 5 shows, we're just bouncing right back.
Okay, top 5 shows.
How do you want to do this? Do you want to do it all in one jump? You do your 5, I do my 5?
Because I feel like some of ours are going to overlap.
Do you really? I don't think we're going to have one the same.
Okay, let's make a bet on that. I think we're going to have at least 2 that are the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, looking at mine, there's absolutely no way 3 of them you are going to match.
Oh, no.
Like, absolutely no way.
Are you going down Weird Alley with these?
Hey, come over here.
You know what? Yes, you are.
I'm down Weird Alley over here.
It's giving convention center, dress in a suit type TV shows.
You're talking about like Comic-Con?
Yes.
No. So no, I have no cartoons, no superheroes on the board.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's start with. Do you want to go from the bottom or the top?
Did you have yours like in a specific order, like your favorite?
Well, yeah.
Like number 1. I didn't.
Did you not?
I didn't really have mine in an order.
I could just random. I can go at random.
If you let me move these 2, I would say this is probably order now. Here we go. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so
do you want to start us off?
Do you want to start at the lowest and then work our way up?
Okay.
So for my lowest, this is just bringing back childhood memories.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Degrassi.
Okay.
That was was it Nickelodeon? I think it was.
I never watched Degrassi, but maybe an episode. Was it Nickelodeon?
I think so. Okay. Yeah, coming after track practice Friday nights. So excited. While all my peers were going to parties and the movies, Loretta. That was the one thing that I could look forward to was Degrassi.
Did they have a you don't have to sing it, but what like the vibe of
whatever it takes. I know I can make it through. Let's get on the beat, baby. Go on. I don't know the full song, but it was very,
So it sounds like it was a little more upbeat song.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
I don't like it because Drake was on it. Okay, that's not why I was into it, but it was because my mom was very like strict. Mm-hmm. That was like the most risque thing I could watch secretly.
Degrassi.
Mm-hmm. They were doing some naughty things on that show.
It was Nickelodeon though?
I think so.
I don't know.
Was it Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon was a little more edgy, but I don't know if they would have risque.
Well, risque to me, like
okay.
She came to school and she had a thong on that was showing in the back of her jeans. Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Groundbreaking.
Whoa.
They kissed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Not like anything too crazy.
Okay.
So.
On the cheek.
No, they were kissing.
Huh.
Yeah.
When obviously, this was 15, almost 20 years ago, I guess. Wow. Yeah, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Huh.
Whoa. That's crazy. When you watched it, did you at any point think like, oh, Drake's going to be something someday?
Never.
No.
No.
Was there
Jimmy in the wheelchair? No.
I'm not super familiar with the show like at all.
He
honestly.
was really corny and he was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did was there any other notable actors, actresses that kind of came about through that, or artists that came from that show? No. It was just kind of a one-hit wonder.
One of the actresses' name was Lauren, so I felt cool. Yeah.
You did it.
I did it.
That's great.
But yeah, I would have my little snack and Degrassi would come on and I would feel just like that was me feeling grown.
Snacky and Degrassi.
Yeah, Degrassi. I turned it on the other day, like just curious, and I'm like,
maybe I'm just naive. Degrassi? Is that?
I have
Is that the school name?
I don't know. I think so. Such a random.
Was there someone's last name in the
was
show?
a Canadian. It was a
Degrassi?
Canadian show, so every time they said a boat, I was like, huh. Their money was weird on the show.
It was a Canadian show about high schoolers.
Yeah, and their money was weird. Yeah.
Huh.
So
that's cool.
Great
can you
show.
Remember like how many seasons? Was it like 2, 3?
They gave us a lot.
Really?
I remember them growing up on the show.
Is it just me, or does Drake something like his neck, his jawline, or something has drastically changed? Because it seems like maybe he got thinner.
It could be a little liposuction.
Something about his neck when he was in high school, college age. Not that I'm like an avid.
Was it like longer
follower.
and skinnier?
It's very long.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
But I think when guys like grow up and work out and stuff, you guys get like thicker.
A little more like jaw. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. For
Degrassi. So if anybody's on my side, just let me know.
Every show has a controversy ending typically. Did that one just kind of like it just kind of like ended, or was it a good farewell? Don't spoil it, because at some point maybe I'll watch it.
I don't really remember. I do remember like they go through the typical like a student passes away, a student gets pregnant, it goes through all those little shocking moments.
I just didn't know if it was like characters did crazy things that you're like, and they just kind of ruined the show, or did it just kind of like end without?
I think it just ended. Yeah, I don't remember being like super disappointed. Like, that's what y'all did with that.
No. Huh.
Yeah, Degrassi.
Well, great. All right. Well, along the same lines of, actually, I'm gonna pivot. My 5th favorite show of all time is The Cosby Show.
Oh, brother.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
All right.
I think it's funny. Are you laughing at me? It's funny. It's original.
Now tell me this. Did the family make sense to you? Casting wise, look wise.
Oh, no.
I was always confused. Like,
everybody
how do we go from
way different
stunning, whatever her name is?
Yeah. Well, I don't know though, because, yeah,
it was too drastic for me.
They definitely don't look related in any regard, especially, man, I can't remember their names super well. I know Theo. But I think it's Denise. And Denise was very light skinned, if I remember correctly.
Or is
I think it was Denise.
Yeah.
In hindsight, she definitely doesn't look related to any of them.
Yeah.
But then you have Rudy Huxtable. We played back then.
Now you're all grown up.
Like Rudy Huxtable.
Stupid.
That's one show that you really see them grow up.
Yeah.
Theo for sure. Like he looks like a grown man by the time that show's over. Rudy, Rudy, I think. Rudy, yeah.
I don't really remember that show a ton.
She like really grows up, but I guess kids just kind of naturally, it doesn't take very long and they like really grow. But no,
they had the same vibe to me as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
See, that's one show I just never really watched.
I think you would have liked it.
Yeah, I'll
That's another one where the casting was like, huh.
Really?
Yeah.
I've probably seen half a dozen episodes.
They just switched the mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was there a reason why?
I think the first mom had like a little attitude on set, and they're like, "We will switch you," and they did. And they went from she was chocolatey, dark, beautiful.
Yeah.
The next mom was like light skin.
Didn't even
make no sense.
Did they make any like subtle nods of
nope.
like, "Mom, you look different today," or anything?
It just new mom.
Really? Sometimes shows will do that when they switch people out. They'll kind of like make a reference to it, or like that person just died off camera.
Oh, I think they just wanted her just dead and gone.
Really?
They weren't even going to respect her enough to even do that.
Yeah. Maybe it was just the time in my life. Like I probably really watched it just avidly from like, I want to say junior high all the way through high school. And there's, I don't know, 7, 8 seasons, and I would just watch it on repeat.
Were you heartbroken when all that stuff happened with him?
Fun fact. And there's really
don't tell me fun fact. I don't believe it.
What do you mean? Oh, no. Fun fact. And there was no thought to it, but I have not watched an episode since the news broke.
Oh. Did you shed a tear?
No, but I was just kind of like, what? Come on.
I know. And then Theo's in my workout class.
I know.
You missed it.
So Lauren lives in Sherman Oaks, grew up your whole life there, right?
Yeah.
In the workout class.
G-Train Fitness. Best, you guys, if you're in Los Angeles, the best workout you'll ever get in a group setting.
But boy, is that room hot.
Yeah, sweat it out. Sweat it out.
It is humming.
His workouts are incredible. He'll get your body, even if you mess up and like we sneak in snacks, the workout's so hard, it's not staying on that body.
But apparently, Theo, the actor from The Cosby Show, is like a regular there. And the one time I went, he wasn't there.
He's there all the time.
And I didn't know that at the time. If he would have showed up, I would have.
I told him though, I was like, my husband just loves you.
There's something about,
and he was so sweet. He's like, tell him thank you so much. You know, because I'm sure he doesn't hear that much anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've talked about it in past episodes, but there's something.
Would you have like?
I wouldn't have
freaked out.
I wouldn't have
like
freaked out, but I would have been like, "Dang, yo, like, what's up?"
And you would have been his partner because they needed a guy that day because we were doing boxing. You would have been.
Yeah, there's something about current actors, actresses. I feel like, or even just like athletes, I feel like I'd be very chill around them. But when it comes to childhood, like you just grew up with them, seeing them in person, I think it's just surreal.
Yeah, I think it's for me.
Whoa.
It's the ones that I go to if I'm like stressed or whatever. I just want to wind down and like watch something great.
Yeah.
If I see them,
yeah,
I'm freaking out.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, yeah.
Okay.
Cosby Show, and great intro. I'll say that. Great intro.
It is, but I'm disappointed in him.
Well, maybe we'll watch it and.
I don't know. I'm not into older movies or shows.
Yeah,
that is just not my style, and you love it. You love it so much. You can watch it with my dad. He loves it.
Yeah.
Maybe
I will. Sometime.
I'm just not into it.
It's so good. I think some of it has to do with the quality. If I could like click a button and it transfers it to 4K.
No, but I don't even like that. Yeah, see, we're all gonna go over here. See, and then you going down to getting the jukebox. I don't want to. I'm not. No.
Wednesday, Sunday, happy days. It's got some charm.
It's like too Robotronic for me. It's just too phony baloney.
It's almost theatrical.
I don't like it.
It's a little over the top, a little campy, theatrical. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I just grew up on it and I love it.
Which for me to say that, my next one, I kind of stuck my foot in my mouth.
let me try.
This one you have to give it a.
Is it older?
It's old.
What's the one with like? Let me know. What is it?
It's Frasier.
Okay. I've heard a lot of great things about that, but I've never.
Something told me to put it on one day, and I was like, "What's the hype about this show?"
Never seen it.
So good.
Is that? Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure you will. Isn't that show only in a bar? The entire.
No.
Am I thinking
I
of
know
something
what you're
else?
thinking, like Checkers or something like that.
Cheers.
Checkers.
Checkers is a.
It's a board game.
Well, checkers is a board game, but it's also a restaurant. It's like a fast food.
I knew it
kind of
was
like
something
Sonic.
with a ch, a ch. So-
Cheers.
So I'm on the right track.
I think Cheers is completely in a bar.
Yeah, that
Might be
one
wrong.
I did not watch.
Frasier's,
That one.
no.
No.
Okay. What's the concept?
It's really hard to explain. I don't
The best shows are hard to explain.
Yeah, this one's kind of hard.
Is it like I haven't seen Seinfeld
I think he's
that
so
much.
he's like
but-
a radio host.
Okay.
He has a very brilliant way of speaking. And it's just his life and, living with his dad and his brother.
Yeah.
I don't think he lives with his brother, but yeah.
So it's kind of just like
It's just the way they act is really good.
Would you say it's kind of like I haven't seen Seinfeld that much, but it's just kind of like living in a big city.
It's just
life?
random stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just the way they act. I thought was really
Is that the one
entertaining.
that they were coming out with another like a remake?
Yeah, and I saw it and I didn't like it.
Really?
Sometimes you guys need to let things just be where they're at.
Why does everything have to be rebooted and redone or
Stop.
created into a live action?
Well, now, hey, there's some things where I'm so glad that they do that, but it's very rare because if you're not going to have good writing and good, like some stuff is so good and it was just the casting and the timing of it that don't touch it. You can't recreate that. Like the actual actor made it what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
And
don't.
especially if they don't bring that back, the original actor. But my issue is whenever they remake shows nowadays, typically that show was 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And it just had a different feel.
Yeah.
The time.
The
and also
timing,
just
everything.
the way it was shot. And when they remake it, it just looks so fake. It's so almost
It's very
Disney-fied.
universal
Like,
backlot.
Everything looks like it's super staged.
Yeah. I agree.
I think some of that's just the camera work. But I was gonna say, why are they remaking everything into, especially Disney?
Live action, you hate it?
But I hate it, but also it's not live action.
What?
80% of it is still CGI.
I love it.
It's not live action though. It's still like live action. Lilo and Stitch is for the most part live, but like Disney Lion King, everything was.
Oh no, that was
not,
bad.
Yeah,
that was bad. They should have let that stay.
Let that die with Mufasa.
And then I get it. Whatever. You're a celebrity. I'm not a Beyonce hater. Okay, I'm a part of the Beehive. Don't come for me.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to see Nala. Simba.
Was she the
in the
voiceover?
Pride Land. Yes. I'm like, so now Simba's. Wait, Nala's from Texas now? I can't. I couldn't. I can't.
Yeah.
You like bringing celebrities on to bring attention to it, but it corns it out to me.
I just think let things lie where they lay. All right, bringing it to my number 4. I don't know if this goes very hand in hand, I think, with Degrassi. Ned's Declassified.
No, it does not.
Really?
No.
Well, this one for sure, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt,
Maybe same network, but
was Nickelodeon. I don't think Degrassi was Nickelodeon. Maybe like in its later years, converted to a Nick.
I mean, it's a Canadian show that I feel like Nickelodeon picked up. But
well, Ned's Declassified, just a great show. I loved.
sorry, I'm looking at.
There was a few things that I loved about it. Was just the slapstick comedy, and there would be so many just over the top, just goofy. They had this bit they would do all the time where like somebody crashing through the ceiling or jumping across, and they would literally just have like a dummy that they would throw across the screen, and it just looked so hokey. But
Yeah.
something about it, like it didn't take itself seriously, and I think they really leaned into that. And I think it was almost ahead of its time too, because it was very. If I remember right, they were like 2 episodes within an episode, so it was only
wow.
it was only like 10-minute episode, but they would give you 2 per 30-minute slot.
Yeah.
And so it's just a very quick, like the show was moving. So it was like really made for almost nowadays.
And he was like talking to the camera a lot, right? Is
Yeah,
it
yeah,
like
yeah.
that kind of vibe?
very breaking the fourth wall, talking right to the audience. And it was just a fun show. The dynamic was good.
Declassified.
Mhm.
Okay. I always thought the girl had a really interesting look. She was like taller than them, and
she looked very old compared to
Mm-hmm.
like she looked a lot more. Well, I guess also in those years of your life, the girls usually
were always
grow.
like middle school. They were always taller, older.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that made sense.
But what's also funny to me is through that show, probably Degrassi and other shows that we'll probably mention, they're always in high school,
Mm-hmm.
but they look like they're 30 years old.
Well, they always cast like
Yeah.
way older.
They're borderline 30-year-olds.
You know why they do that? Because if you're underage, you can only work for a certain amount of hours.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, we need to do this all day.
Yeah.
So then they get older people that look young.
Yeah. And they probably don't. Maybe they want them to kind of still look the same age as time goes on slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. My number 3.
Your number 3.
My number 3 is The Office.
Okay. I nearly put that on mine.
The Office.
Probably one of the most rewatchable shows of all time.
100%.
And I'd imagine, I haven't looked up the stats, but it is probably the most watched show of all time.
Really?
It's got to be. It has to be up there.
Think so?
Yeah. It's
Over Friends and all those that everybody watches.
I have. This is probably gonna just grind
someone's gears.
Friends is so bad.
I've
never got it. I tried. I tried.
How are you with Seinfeld?
I've never tried it.
Okay.
But I think I would like Seinfeld. All right, y'all. We are back. I had a little mishap with storage. So we're going to jump right back into where we were at. And it was a controversial topic. I don't understand people that like Friends. And it's not like I've watched an episode or two. I gave it like 3 seasons.
Did you really?
And I finally decided I'm throwing in the towel. I'm throwing everything at it. I'm done. I just didn't get it.
Yeah, it wasn't one of my favorites either.
I didn't really find it that funny. To some, it's the best show ever, but I can say this. Theme song,
that's probably what kept them alive for most.
And they're still raking in the money from that.
Ooh, can you imagine?
Yeah. The theme song, I think if you don't even know the show, you would know the theme song. Mm-hmm. Great theme song. All right, let's hippity hop right over to my favorite. And the opposite of hippity hop, Leave It to Beaver. This is my 3rd favorite show of all time. It's for those of you who don't know what it is, it's about a boy who is just always getting into little trouble within the neighborhood, kind of like Dennis the Menace, but a little more kind-hearted, I guess. He doesn't like purposefully get in trouble. He's just fumbling into trouble.
You actually like sit and enjoy it.
I thoroughly enjoy it. I think you've given me 1 episode.
That's about all I could give. I'm not into old shows or movies.
Yeah.
At all.
Your dad likes it. I've brought it up around him.
My dad is in his 70s. Yeah. So.
Me and your dad, we get along with TV shows. And you and my dad get along with sweets and snacks. But I can still remember your dad.
Speaking of your dad and snacks, when he brought me I think it said like the world's best gummies on it. How nice is that man? Because my husband would never bring me that. Okay. But my father-in-law thought of me with sweets.
We were at Home Goods. Home Goods has the most bizarre pantry of foods. They have every.
I love that place because it has a bunch of unique things there, but expensive.
Yeah, but when it comes to snacks, the aisle to get into the registers.
Oh, they've got you locked in.
They have like the most off-brand snacks in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know how to describe them. But
it's really different.
Normal snacks, the gummies, the pretzels, but they're the most off-the-wall brands I've never heard of in my life. It's like Home Goods just somehow brings in.
I love it though.
Yeah.
It's always like good quality though.
Yeah, good quality and big bags. That gummy bag was like 5 pounds of gummies. Oh,
It lasted 2 days.
yeah. You broke that thing in
I shared with the
first
kids.
night.
I shared with the kids though.
And that gummy bag had some of them, again, it had butterfly gummies. It had worms, bears, the whole Noah's Ark of, they were 2x2s of different animals.
Incredible. I could have cried when I saw it.
You know, your father-in-law knows you when we're at Home Goods and he says,
Do you think
you think she would want gummies or cotton candy?
and see, both of those things are incredible.
Yeah. Well, now that this is the top 5 snacks, let's hippity hop back over to your number 2.
Oh, is it on me?
Your number 2.
Okay.
I know you don't want to talk about Leave It to Beaver very, very much.
I don't think anybody really does, baby.
It fascinates me that black and white came before color television. To me, it just seems like it would be harder to develop technology that eliminates color. You know what I mean?
No.
You know?
I don't know. I remember my dad telling me the first time they showed something with color and they were just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like imagine for him that.
I think I might be wrong, but I think they called it Technicolor back then. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah.
Okay, my number 2. Dun, 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 dun.
Sorry, you can bring back that little intro song you just did. But it was also fascinating too that some shows were during black and white, and then like season 6 it became color. Like that had to have been a trip back then. Like whoa, like he's wearing a blue suit. I always thought it was green.
Or gray.
All right, bring it back. Dun da da da.
Dun, da, da, da. My number 2 is Dexter. Tonight's the night.
Tonight is tonight is now tomorrow as we record this,
which is crazy. We got to get that Claritin. Because if you cough one more time, next thing you know, I'm just
the next thing you know, Ann Young is gonna unsubscribe.
Ann Young is done with us if you don't stop the coughing. So Dexter, I first watched it when I just needed a show to get me through pregnancy, my first go around with Brian. And I was like, my brother was like, you should watch Dexter. It's such a good show. I watched it and I fell in love. I needed something with a lot of seasons. I needed something, just very interesting. I'm a very big true crime girl. If you guys never knew that, I'm an extreme true crime girl. Yeah, I wouldn't consider this true crime, but it's in the family.
Your obsession with true crime, and I think at some point we're gonna have you do almost an entire episode of.
Oh, I have so many stories that you guys would be shocked.
Yeah, Lauren's crime corner. And
honestly, if I could handle seeing dead bodies and all that, I probably would have been a homicide detective for sure.
She can't. She's squeamish around an ant or a fly, but she loves to listen and talk about people just getting their arms chopped off.
No, see, you're gonna make it down. And for all my true crime girlies, it's
always
not about that.
It's always the husband.
It's always the husband, by the way. It's always the husband. But
always.
For me, it's not so much that part. It's figuring it out before they do. So it's like, it's more of a
it is cool
puzzle. I'm always like, oh, well, he did it. And then sometimes I'm surprised that I'm wrong. So I like to kind of get to the bottom of different
I can always
crime
remember
stories.
Kind of growing up late at night, my parents, we'd watch a basketball game, but then after that it's 60 minutes.
And they let you watch that? I'm shocked.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. And then, it's always the husband. Sometimes it's the wife.
It's always, Huh.
Yeah.
Listen. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me. I know how to make you disappear.
Y'all heard it here. I'm going to end up in a can down by the river. It's
actually pretty crazy how many people do get away with murder. It's something small that you'll get caught with. There's plenty of ways to get away with it.
They say like within the first 72 or 48 hours, if it's not caught, they're probably not.
I think that's more for kidnapping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if your kid's missing first. Actually, yeah, because there's a show called The First 48.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder.
Speaking of black and white, though, that timeline, you could have got away with anything.
They were.
back then. There was no Ring cameras. There was no surveillance.
They were.
Yeah.
A lot of people, yeah. Oh, that's when serial killers, you wouldn't even hear about them. You don't even know that they're out there being crazy. So now.
I can remember, too, learning about, like, people would, break someone's window with a rock. And then the next day, someone would knock on the door. Hey, I noticed you guys had a broken window. Do you guys need a window repair?
Yeah, there's all kind of scams and stuff like
Tons of
that going on.
scams.
Yeah. True crime, I'm telling you. It's interesting. It makes you be scared to do anything.
Well, where were we?
What's your number 2?
My
I said Dexter was my number 2. Very good show, but you guys have to start from the beginning. Don't skip around to all the new stuff.
They remade it, and remade, but they went backwards in timeline. They did a great job casting.
Great job. Deb, they could have done better.
Right.
But whatever.
But, fun fact, this blew my mind because you grew up in like the Hollywood area.
Yes.
A lot of connections and whatnot. Somebody knows somebody, right? Well, I don't have that. I'm sitting there. We're watching this show. I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, the second main character in the show, I'm like, she looks so familiar. Eerily familiar. And then I'm like, I think I told you, I was like, I think I know this girl.
You went to school with her.
She was in my French class.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what in tarnation?
Tarnation.
It just blew my mind.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
A girl from Iowa is like on one of the
Super
biggest shows on television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think is it Prime?
Paramount, maybe.
It was on
This
HBO.
one's
HBO
on-
Max? Paramount.
They're all over the place, that show.
I don't know. But yeah. I think to me it was I've never really there's a few like athletes that I've kind of been around growing up, but when it comes to like entertainment, no one from the Midwest is gonna make it. Or has probably. And I was just like,
Yes. Are you kidding me? You know who's from Kansas City?
who?
Modern Family.
The
He's from
kind of
Kansas
heavy set
City.
dude.
Yeah, he's from Kansas City.
But yeah, I was just like, what in the world? I just couldn't get over it. I was like, this is so weird. Because you look the same. It was just bizarre. Well, anyways, number 2.
Number 2. Oh, I already did my number 2. That's your
Yes.
number 2.
Drake and Josh. Unbelievable show.
I'm really shocked at your choices right now.
Really?
Yeah.
You thought
I thought Star Wars would have jumped up off in there at some point.
Star Wars doesn't really have any good they're not very strong on the
They're
shows.
not. Yeah. Anyways, but we love the one Gerald's on, so that's all that matters.
But as far as rewatchability, I don't know if that's, to me, the best shows you rewatch
when
them.
you can go back.
Star Wars, they're great, but
it's a one and done.
It's a little bit more like one and done. Drake and Josh, I could go on and on about this. Incredible episodes, and even 2 life lessons. One of them, don't hustle people. You know the hustler's gonna get hustled.
And you learned that from Drake and Josh.
I learned it from Drake and Josh.
Okay.
But also too, I went to a donut shop right down the road here, Daylight Donuts, and went there with my dad, and they had all these kid toys, and I need to bring Ember there. They had Drake and Josh on 8 a.m. You could just plop down, throw back a donut, and watch Drake and Josh.
So now it's your favorite donut shop.
Might
and
be
the donuts
there.
are probably not even that great.
They really weren't that great.
great.
But man, I was like, I like this place.
All right, number 1 for me.
You got it?
I don't even need to look it up.
Wait.
I know you know it, but they don't, so I'll say it.
I know it.
Oh, do you hate it?
I didn't hate it. It's just
What?
it was.
You watched the whole thing.
I kind of like the comedy. It grew on me. I'll say that.
What? That's
Go
crazy.
for it.
It's How I Met Your Mother. This coughing,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna have to clear
It's
it.
getting worse by the night.
Yeah, it's allergies. And if
Mhm.
you gotta, yeah. How I Met Your Mother is my number one favorite show.
The comedy did start to grow. They started to realize what they had going and really leaned into it.
Yeah, they
as
just
time
got
went on.
dumb.
Yeah,
Like that one. Are they in the room with us now, Ted? It's just stupid. It's just
that
dumb.
was great.
It's just dumb comedy. And that's what I love when I'm like, you just want to put something on. Something you can even just listen to when you're doing something. It's one of those types.
It's always fascinating to me with shows like that where household name shows,
Mm-hmm.
but some of the actresses,
Just
people
do
that are in
nothing after.
they don't pop up in anything else.
I know.
I think maybe they probably they get their paycheck and they're just like, you know what, I'm just kind of done.
I think a lot of people get affected by being typecasted. So it's like, we cannot not see you as Ted or Barney or Marshall. Sorry.
What's his name? Barney, whatever his actual name is.
Neil Patrick Harris.
He's done a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, pretty much for the most part, everyone else in that hasn't done too much. The couple on there, the redhead.
The redhead, yeah. Allison something. And
what was his name in the show?
Marshall.
Marshall.
Yeah.
Martin.
Marshall's
Marshall.
done some stuff after, not a ton.
He did the Muppets. He's done a lot of kind of
his
obscure...
best thing was Marshall for sure. Yeah. He is Marshall. They casted that perfect.
Yeah, he was good. He's funny. I knew you're number one.
I know you're number
have
one.
To know my number
I know
one.
it.
Yeah,
I knew.
Even Stevens, man, talk about.
I knew when we went to the original house in person.
We never talked about that.
Your reaction, I said, "Oh, here goes Beans again."
So whenever
just
we
for
went,
a house.
Yep. So in episode 1 or 2 of our podcast, we talk about I met Beans from Even Stevens. Yep. And I had a panic attack, and I was hyperventilating. I almost need the ER to come and shock me back to life. Something about Even Stevens, the music, the casting, it's funny. Genuinely, I think it's just hilarious.
It's great.
Yeah, they even have like a few episodes with singing. It's just great. Everything about it, love it.
It is a great one. It's one of the best Disney shows for sure.
For sure, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you lived. Hello.
Didn't even know.
Lauren lives 10 minutes away from the house.
Well, I also live near the Brady Bunch house too. Didn't even know that. Passed it all the time. Didn't even know.
Yeah, so I found out Lauren lived about just a bow shot away from Lewis's home, and obviously they didn't film within the home, but went there. I'll throw up a video or a photo, and I was just enamored by
the outside of the Even Stevens house.
Yes, because it looked the same.
Yeah,
that the Brady Bunch house seemed a little more off-putting. Like they definitely kind of make it look a certain way on the show.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
But it's
look
in a
like
little tight,
very tight neighborhood.
It's in a little tight area.
On the show, it looks like it's very spacious.
Yeah, no, it's not.
The Even Stevens home was kind of how I had almost pictured it.
They kept it kind of the same.
Yeah, it was incredible. I almost wanted to knock the door, see if Lewis would just.
Oh, I can't imagine what you would do if you saw him.
Oh man, when my friends from church out in California said that they saw Shia come into a coffee shop one time, I would have just lost it.
He would have lost it too. I heard he's lost it. That'd have been. You both would have been.
Give me my drink. Just do it.
Oh, you both would have been a mess. So
yeah, I think he's kind of turned the corner. But Even Stevens, Drake and Josh, Leave It to Beaver, Ned's Declassified, in The Cosby Show. I'm gonna say it into the camera. My top 5 TV shows of all time: Even Stevens, Drake and Josh, Leave It to Beaver, Ned's Declassified, and The Cosby Show. Give me your top 5.
Mine is How I Met Your Mother, Dexter, The Office, and Frasier and Degrassi.
Those are solid.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did it.
I'd love to talk all night. Well, we have.
Yes.
But I think we're going to cut it there. Lauren's got a flight to catch.
I have a flight to catch. I feel like, did you put in the last episode how, we lost someone in the family?
Yep.
I'm also going to put in this episode, rest in peace, Nico McKnight.
Mm-hmm.
You were such an incredible uncle, so talented, really funny, sweet person.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we will miss you. We will miss you big time.
So you will be going today.
I go
later today.
Yeah. And I'm terrified. I hate flying. Everybody knows that. So pray for me.
Don't forget your wallet on Spirit. Oh, do you have your ID? Your new
It came.
ID? Okay. Good deal.
I look like a tank. I'm comparing the two IDs and I'm like, huh. Well, there's that. Mind you, I took the picture when I was 5 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like spinning out of control. Yeah, that was a day.
Well, I think you look stunning either way. I think you look great right now.
Baby weight, like for me, when I get pregnant, it just packs on the pounds. But I drop it quick, but I just don't I feel like I'm in like a fat suit walking around. I'm like hobbling now. Did you notice? I'm one leg at a time.
I've noticed within the last week, you're like really the slow get ups.
I have to 1, 2, 3,
rolling out of the bed. Yeah.
You finally are helping me.
I'm starting to just give you
a little push.
One hand push.
Oh, it's getting real.
Yeah. I've also noticed too, like if you need to pick something up off the ground, it's kind of like I
have to open the
legs.
It's
like a weave, a bob and weave to the ground. Yeah.
The baby's just getting so big.
Yeah.
And I almost did, but I didn't. The baby's getting really, really big. Yeah. And I just feel like, ready. Mm-hmm. I feel ready.
Well, we're ready to end and sign off here. We appreciate it. For those listening, send it and subscribe, or send it and tell someone, share it.
Yeah, everybody has to get an additional subscriber.
If everyone that's a subscriber shares this and one person subscribes, we'll be about 170 subscribers overnight.
I would be really happy if we get to 100.
100 would be pretty
If we
crazy.
can get to 100 by the time
you return,
the baby comes.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll do that.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, let's not be too cocky about it.
Appreciate it, y'all. Let me give you one last cough.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
And we're out of here.
All right, bye.